Hey John, it's Steven. I'm calling on behalf of yesterday evening's Cupcake Incident. I'm Steven. I'm the general manager of the Roadkill Cafe. You kill 'em, we grow 'em. Last evening, an incident happened involving cupcakes and a bee. This incident we've never dealt with before. While I do understand your horrific fear of insects, that does not dismiss the action. You have caused more than $2,500 worth of damage in the office. Yeah. I'm John, and I'm supervising editor of communications. I work at the Roadkill Cafe, and I have a slight fear of insects. At 4:37, a bee entered the office, and then around 4:40, I think, the bee landed on John. During my 10 years of working here, I've never had a bee land on me until recently. Your sugary treats, if we should even call them that, were thrown at the bee. If that wasn't enough, you began screaming at the top of your lungs. According to your coworkers, you missed multiple times and damaged multiple computers in this burst of emotion. You threw cupcakes throughout the office, damaging thousands of dollars worth of office equipment. You know, in my opinion, I think my actions were actually really reasonable. It was a bee, okay? And those are really scary. And you know me, I have a fear of insects, and I think my actions were really reasonable. I am kind of sorry though, but I don't know. Not only I, but your coworkers have to pick up after your mess. Their equipment was damaged by your episode of Fear and Panic. There is simply no excuse for your actions here. My eye, it still stings from when he hit me with a cupcake. You need to take some accountability for your actions, John. I hope you are truly sorry. Thanks, John. I'm not sorry.
We cleared out the foam pit, and it was really fun.
We have the Olympics coming up, which is the main reason for the remodel, so that we can make the park a little harder, gnarlier for these guys to ride and push them so they can get to their ultimate point for the Olympics, which is what they've been working on their whole lives. And then we're also going to make it a little more transitionable for the regular rider. So even though we're going to make it super gnarly, we're going to have some mellower spots so that the whole park can have a better flow and transition for our overall rider. The new foam pit's going to be on the other side of the park. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're flipping the box, taking the hips out, making a bigger spine. A lot of cool stuff.
Best part of today was throwing the bags up the vert wall and try to get them on top of that deck.
Fun time.
It was very fun.
A lot of dust, a lot of blue stuff coming out of all kinds of places.
Favorite part? When I'm about to go home and get cookout. I'm covered in foam. I wore my oil changing clothes. Other than that, there's foam in my toes, and I don't like it.
One of the key factors of why we ride is because of all the people we know from the skate park. How much fun we have, it's amazing. You can walk into the building and find Olympic athletes just training. You feed off of them and you learn through their ways, and it's truly incredible of what you find.
Hey everyone, my name is Josh Perry. I'm 29 years old. I'm a professional BMX athlete, a holistic health coach, motivational speaker, and I live with 4 brain tumors. So it was actually a crash one day in 2010 where I hit my head and had to get an MRI. That MRI led to a diagnosis of a brain tumor taking up a good majority of the left side of my brain. Now, a year prior to that, I'd gone into the emergency room, urgent care for headaches, nausea, vomiting, vision loss, classic brain tumor symptoms, but they sent me home with pain pills and kept denying me a scan. 2010, hitting my head, that literally saved my life, because my surgeon said, had I not found out about the tumor and I kept going, you know, the route I was on, I wouldn't have woken up 1 month or 2 months later. Being diagnosed with a brain tumor, it changed a lot of my perspectives on life. More importantly, it gave me a sense of gratitude to be alive. You know, people sometimes aren't fortunate enough to wake up or do the things that I'm able to do. So mentally, it started out as fear, and then it turned into gratitude, and then that turned into fuel to be motivated to live my life and continue doing what I was doing. And it was a progression. You know, at first, riding took a minute to get back into my normal self, doing the tricks, especially flipping and spinning. It was weird. But as I've, you know, gone on now, this journey of 8 years since I was originally diagnosed, I just created this sense of mental toughness and perspective, more importantly, just being able to look at things from different angles and really assessing what I want in my life. I don't technically consider myself a hero. You know, I think that at the end of the day, we all have the same abilities and, like I said, the manner in which we think and then the choices we take after.
He's pretty humble. He doesn't like to do any like bad stuff. He just focuses on like his riding, and he focuses on what he loves to do.
To be considered a hero to one person or another, it's an honor and a privilege. So I don't know, I'm just being me and living my life.
He's just like really inspirational. Like even his tone, just the way he talks to people, he's really inspiring.
Quote I live by is fierce as a thought, thoughts can be changed. And it goes back to perspective, you know. At the end of the day, the biggest choice we have that nothing and no one can take from us is a choice of how we perceive life and the perspective that we, you know, live each day with.
Just the way that he's able to like always find the positives in things really, it really inspires me to, you know, find the positives. Even when I'm going through like a tough day, you know, I'll watch Josh's YouTube videos or his Instagram, and it really like gets me, you know, it gets me inspired.
What makes me happiest today is different than when I set out on this journey. When I set out on this journey, it was riding my bike. My bike made me the happiest. What makes me happiest today is when I feel like I'm having an impact. If I'm, you know, sharing my life and helping others, that's what makes me the happiest. Is for someone to say thank you for sharing, whatever it was, it helped me. That makes me the happiest.
The trick I fell on is called a flare whip. And the easiest way to explain this is you go up a quarter pipe and you go and do a backflip and a 180, so that way when you land, you're landing forwards. But while you're upside down flipping and spinning, you're jumping off the pedals, kicking the back end of the bike around while hanging onto the handlebars. And then you're supposed to catch and land. The first time I tried this trick out of the foam pit on a real ramp, I overcompensated the rotation because I got scared and fell and hit my head. And that's the trick that led to the MRI, that found the brain tumor, and ultimately saved my life. So we're gonna get a flare whip in here on the Resi, which we didn't have back then. It's our padded ramp for new tricks to be safe.